Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Josh.
So share with me your most spiritual experience.
So I would have to say, I think whenever I am somewhere where I feel really small, and to me, I live at the beach, and when I walk out there all by myself and there's no one around, and it's mountains for miles and the beach and nature, and there's just nothing, it just makes me feel closer to whatever there is out there. I don't know, I can't feel it, but I just know that I connect that there's something bigger, and it makes me feel like, I'm part of something, and I can just feel all the energy of that, and that to me is like just connecting and spiritual in its own way.
That was so nice. Thank you. Do you believe that everything happens for a reason? And if so, why?
I'm not sure if I believe everything happens for a reason, but I think your response to everything that happens is for a reason. Maybe there are some things that are maybe not in your control, but what you do with that situation is. And that's what's going to define your life. Like when the crossroads are there, do you sink or swim? Do you fight? Do you flee? Like those are the things that make you, and you learn who you really are, because they're things that, are unexpected, that, maybe there is some path out there that it is kind of directing us and guiding us, but I think we do have free will, and that we can choose the path that's going to be the right one for us. And some people choose the wrong path, but you're in control. You're in the driver's seat. It's just you have to pay attention to.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
What gives your life meaning?
So for me, what gives me meaning is my family, my husband, my dog, my parents, my brothers, sisters, that just knowing that they're all there, supporting me, knowing they're there, even if they don't live here with me, and then valuing what I do every day. I worked in a job that I hated for a long time, and I made good money, so it was like, oh, I should stay. Yeah, you make really good money. You don't know how lucky you are. If you don't like it, it's not for you. And when I finally, knew what was right, and I followed what I really wanted to do and followed, my passions, it gave me so much more meaning. And then I'm getting it back when I see other people that are getting those same results. So I think just following your true passions and having the support of your family are the best that everyone can hope for and should shoot for.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Good questions.
Martin, share your most spiritual experience.
So I'm not crazy spiritual person, but I think it happens daily. Every morning when I wake up, there is either half a second or 5 minutes where I just think about how blessed I am to wake up again and do this 24 hours again.
I love it. I love it. What has been an experience that has changed your life?
So 4 years ago in Lisbon, I went on a random date, which made me move to Costa Rica for the girl. And this basically gave me my new job, and this gave me my new life.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love that. What gives your life meaning?
What gives my life meaning is giving a little bit more than I take.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What's your guys' names?
Daniel. I'm Mark.
Share your most spiritual experience.
Oh my God. Let him go first, I'll think. So I was praying, and out of nowhere, I just dropped on my knees and saw the throne of God into heaven. There was like a stairway to heaven. It's hard to describe. Some kind of fourth dimensional, or I don't know how many dimensions is going on. My brain could not conceive what was going on. That's what I can tell you. So the stairway would just never end. It would go up and up and up and up and up, and it went so far up that then it did a spiral. I don't know if you've seen Seraphim, so I think I had an encounter with one. It's one of the most powerful angels, and I was scared and I was in awe at the same time. Yeah, it was shortly after I was born again, and I think not long after I just got baptized, and 2 months after we got married. Just an encounter that I saw the power of God by just one of his angels being able to do something like that is absolutely crazy to me. So that was my experience.
That was incredible. Thank you so much. Do you have anything?
I don't know if I should even say something, to be honest.
What has been an experience that has changed your life?
My daughter being born, since she was born, I've never been prouder of anything, not even close. My businesses, my physique, my philosophy, anything that I've accomplished that was positive in my life, even my beautiful wife. I just go around and I show Sarah to everyone, and I'm just so proud, and it changed my perspective on things, because it's like God gave me the gift and gave us the gift of, well, he created a new life for us to take care of. And for me, it's just, I don't even know how to describe how amazing that is. I think everyone should have children. I think people are scared of having children. They think it costs money and they're like, oh, I'm going to postpone it. I postponed it. And eventually I said, okay, enough's enough. We have to start because we want like 5 to 10. Okay. But I think that having more children brings abundance, actually. I've made more money since she was born. And I was making money already, but another level. And I think that the Bible says, go forth and multiply. And when we obey God, we reap the benefits. By His grace, sometimes He's going to reward us just from doing what He wants us to do. And I think that's what's happening. Just out of nowhere, things happen. You can't explain them. I make more money because I have a daughter, but I'm more busy because I have a daughter. People think, okay, I have less time for my business. I have less time for work. I have less time for myself, so I can't have children. That's all true. You have less sleep and all that stuff, but it changes your life for the better, and you end up being more productive, more responsible, and more successful anyways. That's how it went for me.
I love that. Thank you so much. What gives your life meaning?
Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. My life had no meaning before Him. I was empty. I had a void inside of me. And since I met Jesus, He is the way, the truth, the life. He's the one that gives everything meaning to me because I seek eternal life, not just meaningless, hedonistic lifestyle here on earth.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was great. Hi, Zach. Could you share with me your most spiritual experience?
I didn't realize that was the first question. What do you define as spiritual?
Anything that has happened to you that possibly you couldn't explain, or otherworldly you could say, or something that's incredible.
Okay, I will share something. I usually chalk it up to being aliens, but it's something absolutely that I cannot explain. And I was 11 or 12 years old in Kirkland, Washington, in like basically suburbs. And my mother at the time had a boyfriend who was like Native American woodcarver guy. And he would be always outside rolling cigarettes and smoking. And he just says out of nowhere, kids, you need to come outside right now. And we all run outside, and we lived on this like 5-acre parcel of land that was very highly wooded. And there are about 5 to 7 orbs, about 5 or 6 feet wide, like this, kind of white, light bluish, just hovering around, going literally through the tree branches towards us. And then they settled probably 30 feet from us and just hovered. And my older brother wound up running to tell his like neighbor girl that he liked about them, and then they took off and they just went from just hovering chill to all information bolted across like 100 miles away in like 2 seconds. That was probably, I can't explain anything that I saw, but I have 5 other people that all saw the same thing, and definitely it makes me think there's something else. I don't know what that is, but that's probably the closest thing.
Wow, that's incredible. Definitely sounds like aliens to me.
Spiritual aliens.
What has been an experience that has changed your life?
Probably meeting this one. Probably the most profound change in my life, for sure.
What gives your life meaning?
It's related to this last one. I find a great deal of meaning in being accountable to other people that I care about, that I build strong bonds with through hardship. And certainly with this one, we do quite a lot of that. And having a mission together just solidifies everything for me. So,
Thank you so much. That was awesome. I love that alien story. That's insane. Hi, Emily. Share your most spiritual experience.
My most spiritual experience is probably, I did a yoga teacher training a couple years ago, and that was just like a big moment for me to kind of learn about myself and just really what's important to me in life and just figure myself out in a different way. So that was a big moment for me.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. What has been an experience that has changed your life?
Working at Heart and Soil, I would say. I've met a lot of cool individuals that have really just broadened my horizons in every aspect of my life.
Awesome. What gives your life meaning?
Nature. Nature is just like, it gives you so much. It just simplifies your life, you know? It's like everything in nature is so at peace. So it makes you feel like you can be at peace, you know?
So true. I love that. Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah.
Hey, Michael. Could you share with me your most spiritual experience?
Most spiritual experience was probably 13, 14 years ago when I had an ear injury to my cochlea inside my brain, and I couldn't hear, lost balance, coordination, couldn't bend over, had to quit practice. I'm a chiropractor, so I couldn't bend over without falling because it disturbed your equilibrium. Your cochlea is your coordination and balance center. Also had really loud, horrible tinnitus, which is like roaring noise in your head. So anyway, went to an ear, nose, throat doctor, and I got on, he said taking Xanax would help. So I took Xanax for about 6 months, and it did calm some of the symptoms down. Well, Xanax is a benzodiazepine. which is a highly addictive drug. So it's really good for the symptoms, but it's bad for your brain. So I could tell after 6 months I was becoming addicted to the drug, and the ear started to heal. So I was like, all right, I got to get off this drug. Well, it's really one of the hardest drugs in human history to get off of. So I said, all right, I have to go cold turkey. Like, that's my personality. Like, I can't just titrate this down a little bit every day. It's got to be all or none, which I learned later is dangerous. But so that night I quit cold turkey, and it was horrific. Symptoms of the devil in the room, scratching on the wall, pain. It was horrible, and was going on for hours and hours and hours. Probably some hallucinations getting off the drug. So I said, you know what? There's no way out of this. I'm going to have to suffer through this tonight. So I asked Jesus, I said, do not release me from the suffering, but give me strength so I can handle the suffering. And literally it was 6 hours of suffering and pain and scratching the wall and the devil in the room. And then I finally fell asleep about 4 or 5 in the morning. And I remember Jesus was on my left shoulder and the devil was on my right shoulder. It felt just like that. And I heard the devil just in my right ear. The blue pills are right over there. Just take the pills and all this suffering goes away. And then I said, no, I'm just going to suffer. And literally woke up next morning normal. Never thought about a Xanax ever again. I got rid of that addiction in one night.
Wow,
I literally kept the pills next to my toothbrush. So I would purposely see them and I would laugh and go, really? These little blue pills? I got addicted to this Xanax? But learning later, I'm a doctor, like, oh, it's a really powerful addiction. But that's the most spiritual thing I ever went through. That was real God, Jesus, in the room helping me through that night.
Wow, that was an amazing story. What has been an experience that has changed your life?
Having 6 children, 4 boys, 2 girls. Wow. And watching them grow and learn. Yeah.
Beautiful. What gives your life meaning?
Being around people like you and my kids, and chiropractic's one of the loves of my life. My wife, my kids, and chiropractic are my 3 loves. And
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it. Hi, John. Could you share with me your most spiritual experience?
Most spiritual experience I ever had was when I was in Corfu, Greece. I went and saw the tomb of Saint Spiridon, who was the healer. It literally brought tears to your eyes. You knew there was a higher power out there that was helping people. And it's hard to explain unless you go see it yourself.
Wow, that's incredible. Where did you say that was again?
In Corfu, Greece.
Corfu, Greece. What has been an experience that has changed your life?
Hands down, when I was 17, 18 years old, I got on an airplane for the first time, flew from North Carolina to California, got on my bicycle, and rode across the United States on my bicycle for multiple sclerosis. And we did it to raise money for MS, and here I am, a teenager, no cell phones back then, nothing like that. But it taught me that you gotta work really, really hard in life, and doing that kind of stuff, you really give back to people, and you can help people who are less fortunate. But it was an experience. 3,600 miles on a bicycle was not easy at 17, 18 years old.
Wow, that is insane. I love that. What gives your life meaning?
You know, there are several different things that give my life meaning, but I think the biggest thing is to give and help people. We choose careers. In my career, I'm a chiropractor, and much like Mike you just saw, and you know, you can help people. And it still drives me, and I just know that through a higher power, it's given me the ability. He has given me the ability to help people. It just means more to me than anything. And right there with that, obviously, is my family. I adore and love my family, and that includes, you know, even everybody here and all that as well, because, you know, that's what it's about. We are literally all family.
I love that. Thank you so much, John. That was amazing.